Sports and fans are inseparable, as they bring energy and excitement to the game. While fans mostly sit in the stands and enjoy the show, sometimes they become part of the action, leading to some of the funniest and most memorable moments in sports. Join us as we explore some of the best and most hilarious fan moments in sports. There's no better souvenir to leave a hockey game than with a player's stick. When that player is Henry Lundqvist, that stick is worth fighting for. After Lundqvist threw his stick into the crowd, several fans tugged at the stick for several minutes as security tried to get a hold of the situation. This is definitely one embarrassing moment in sports. Kobe gives fan his arm sleeve. Then another fan steals it, makes it one of the funny moments for us. Can we all just admit how impressive it is he put up a struggle for a minute and still didn't spill a drop of his beer? It would have been a fight over that. Can you imagine how much that sleeve is worth today? Tiny Josh dribbled the ball from the middle of the pitch towards the goal with anticipation building among supporters. He stopped near the penalty spot and committed a handball, seemingly unnoticed by officials, and eventually managed to find the net. At first he was taken aback by the roar of the crowd, pausing to take the moment in. Then he raised his hands aloft in deserved celebration. He's now scored more goals at Stamford Bridge than his father. Chelsea fans chanted, "Sign him up, sign him up, sign him up." When the fan cam comes around, there's no telling how you might react. Certainly nobody could have predicted this young man's performing a dance so incredibly unusual that it's hard not to watch. The little boy was featured on the Marlins Park scoreboard at a recent game in Miami, and it looks as though it is becoming a nationwide sensation. One of the funniest fan moments in sports. If you enjoyed watching this little boy's unexpected and hilarious dance performance on the Marlins Park scoreboard, you never know what kind of fan moments you might see next. This fan surely got the catch of his life as he held a confused and stunned Serena Williams in his arms. When you go to watch a match, the most you can hope for is managing to catch that stray ball that lands into the stands, or perhaps, if you get real lucky, getting a chance to shake the hands of your favorite sportsperson. Rarely does anyone manage to catch a flying sportsperson themselves. A young fan at Toronto Blue Jays Texas Rangers game smoothly pulled off the old switcheroo and presented a baseball to the pretty lady behind him. It seems the lady on the right might be onto the kid's antics, but the rest of the fans looked amazed. This kid already knows how to make an impression with the ladies. Well played. Can you believe this? Let's see. This is going to be the same young man we saw reaching for the ball. It is, and his father pulls him back. It's great to see the young Red Sox fan's father prevents him from interfering with a fair ball down the third baseline. It's actually great to see this happen. Sporting a comically oversized glove, a Giants fan at Coors Field fails to haul in a foul ball hit his way. He thought he brought the right glove, but oh no, big glove, no love. He is going to have to wear this one as he should. Look at the woman in the lower left who is immediately disappointed. She cannot believe what she just witnessed. All eyes were on a beautiful woman at the Ashes whose unfortunately timed fall was caught on camera and broadcast on the big screen to thousands of cricket fans gathered at Lord's. Addison Russell wasn't able to let a fan go without his nachos. After the Cubs shortstop did this during Chicago's game against the Cardinals, he brought the fan an important delivery. This is so nice. And of course, the selfie. At a basketball match between the Charlotte Hornets and the Sacramento Kings, a supporter sitting in the crowd received a ball to the face. Distracted by her cell phone from her friend, she was not watching the game and did not see the ball coming. But nothing serious for the woman, just a bloody nose. One young U.S. school kid already has a story to regale his grandchildren with. The time he lobbed Roger Federer at Madison Square Gardens. The 17-time Grand Slam champion from Switzerland was left as red-faced as his country's flag after his opponent, Grigor Dimitrov, offered a young boy from the audience a chance at dueling with the great Federer. Contrary to what some believe, there is no rule that says if a foul ball lands in your beer cup, you have to chug the rest of the beer. Just like there's no rule that says you have to throw back a home run hit by the opposing team. But a fan at the Great American Ballpark chugged a beer with a foul ball in it during the top of the third inning of the Cubs' 7-4 win. With both hands on his waist and disappointment written all over his face, Akhtar's video from Pakistan vs. Australia ICC Cricket World Cup 2019 became crazy viral on social media and gave birth to perhaps one of the greatest memes of all time. It became fodder for meme makers, and they came up with hilarious jokes and memes. I am sure you know who he is. His meme is all over the internet. Comment if you haven't seen him anywhere yet. A man with no shirt poured a glass full of water on a cute girl while the cricket match was going on between South Africa and Pakistan. But surprisingly, the girl smiled back and did not get angry. What funny fan moments in sports. During a break in play, a camera inside the rink caught a couple of Canadian fans in the crowd enjoying some food. All appeared to be well and dandy until realizing the woman was holding a gigantic container of mayonnaise in one hand and a spoon in the other. The most popular viral videos feature a musical printer, a herd of bunnies, a kiss cam surprise, snowboarding in New York City, slow-motion fete, hat juggling, and a new twist on the designated driver. The Minnesota Gophers posted this kiss cam outtake of a man who was more than ready for his moment in the spotlight. A hilarious video of an ice cream thief who stealthily made off with a vanilla ice cone from a person during an ice hockey game has left netizens in splits after it went viral on social media. Try not to laugh at these funny fan moments. Look at this crazy fan. You've probably seen the clip of a woman dunking her chicken tender into a cup of what appeared to be cola and then eating it. There have been a lot of reactions to this clip. Why? How? Think of the child sitting next to you. The cola makes the chicken tender and soggy. The chicken tender makes the cola salty. Who does that? The Washington Capitals finally got over the hump, and Alexander Ovechkin finally got that monkey off his back after 13 long years in the NHL. After the NHL gave Ovi the Stanley Cup to kiss, one female fan also had another very special trophy for him too. At the Seattle Mariners vs. Los Angeles Angels game, the Angels' David Freese rocked a foul ball into the stands, and a fan wearing a Robinson Cano jersey had no choice to make. He was holding a filled popcorn bucket in one hand and a beverage in the other. So he did what any true baseball fan would do. He held his popcorn bucket up high and snagged the foul ball with one hand. His buddy immediately jumped into his arms in celebration. Kim invited a man to the court to the great applause of the crowd. The man didn't back down, borrowing a racket and taking it to the court, but at the moment Clijsters ran to her bag, grabbed an extra skirt, and helped the man squeeze into his new white garb. A fan had been verbally harassing various Red Wings players in the penalty box during Game 3 and 4 in Raleigh, but she was ignored. That is, until Shanahan noticed that she, needed to practice some better personal hygiene and gave it right back to her. Brendan Shanahan hilariously trolls a female fan from an inside penalty box. Now it's time to look at some serious football fans. During a match against Berliner AK-07, a group of fans stood behind the visiting team's goal, each with a large, brightly colored arrow pointing to the net so that their team would know where to shoot. This is one funny football moment. Fans' banner was written, "We'll show you where the goal is." One kid in Anaheim made the latter choice after an Alex Bregman blast, and all his father could do was watch. The look on Dad's face is priceless. Luckily, the kid's arm wasn't powerful enough to launch the ball all the way back to the field, so the Angels' security was able to reunite him with the ball. A bodybuilder was at the gym, working out and trying to stay hydrated. However, he found that he couldn't open his water bottle. He tried using all of his strength, but the bottle wouldn't budge. The bodybuilder started to feel lightheaded and dizzy, and the bodybuilder started to panic as he felt himself getting weak. Sports fans finally get their turn to shine, from fantastically funny fails to some incredible life-changing moments. This guy with a funny talent is moving forward to make sure he is visible to the television camera. Just look at his innocent looks, although the crowd around his back is laughing. But I am sure he got famous and achieved what he needed. Actor Mark Wahlberg catches the ball going out of bounds during a live interview at Celtics vs. 76ers. His eyes never left the ball, proof he was there to actually watch the game, not get to ask questions. The fact that he continues the interview and thought as though nothing happened is stunning. Such fan moments really motivate players to do better. It's like a token of appreciation. It feels nice when you're appreciated. Let's look into one genuine fan who is so much into sports. Louis Cardinals. Chasing down a foul ball, Cubs shortstop Addison Russell swan dived into the stands and ended up knocking over an almost full tray of nachos and cheese out of the hands of a fan. In a recent exhibition match, Kim Clijsters went over to the umpire's chair, grabbed the microphone, and basically dared the fans to come onto the court and try to kiss her opponent, Yania Wickmeyer, offering a potential car as a prize to the victor. The Phillies fans mimic Craig Kimbrell throughout the ninth as he hunches over and lifts his arms up before delivering a pitch. Kimbrell's got an odd start to this set position. They are like the fanatic here. They are up and ready. Look at how everybody is doing. Lionel Messi was left highly amused when at the end of Argentina's training he had a close encounter with a Ronaldinho lookalike. Messi already raised his hands to welcome the fake one that comes and shows respect for Ronaldinho. Obviously, this is one of the funny moments in football. Comment if you ever experienced moments of the best funny sport. The England fan had seemingly fallen asleep during Pakistan's second innings and was picked up by cameras as fans covered him in beer cups and other assorted items. Supporters took turns as they attempted to create a tower of random objects on his head as he remained blissfully unaware of the situation after being captured by cameras on the third day of the test. An unknown man slipped onto the field at the Super Bowl and ran towards midfield, drawing applause from the 25,000 fans in attendance. The man took off his shirt, waved it above his head, and kept running, showing off his pink swimsuit with the words "Vitally Uncensored" written on the front. He slipped between two security guards and then made a beeline for the goal line. Before this Yankee fan fell asleep, he was just another face in the crowd. When he woke up, everybody knew him. Andrew Rector dozed off during the fourth inning of a game between the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. He was quickly spotted by camera crews and his image was splashed across the Jumbotron. Fan falls down in goal celebration of Mitrovic Newcastle vs Sunderland. He started with full enthusiasm but failed terribly, but he did not stop smiling. It requires some luck to come away from a Major League Baseball game with a foul ball as a souvenir. Hungry might be more accurate, after the poor guy lost 2 different meals while trying to catch 2 foul balls during the Dodgers' 2-1 loss to the San Francisco Giants. Minnesota Timberwolves' Kevin Garnett had quite the homecoming with a special dance tribute from his biggest fan. Known as Jiggly Boy, John Sweeney became a crowd favorite back in 2003 after ripping off his shirt to reveal Garnett's initials and wolves painted on his body. Don't you think this is crazy? Comment what you think about this moment. While football fans are content to scream at the top of their lungs, cricket fans politely clap and Dart fans have a beer. And supporters of the Calgary Hitmen do their celebrations a little bit differently. It may look like any other goal, but Pavel Patakins for the Calgary Hitmen of the Western Hockey League sparked a wild reaction from the 17,199 fans packed into the Scotiabank Saddledome. The fans threw a massive 25,921 teddy bears onto the ice. People that love basketball won't go to dunk games, they go and show what they've known for a dunk. Then one basketball fan that is Parker Man gets really nice dunk. While on the phone he runs, does a front flip and dunks it. Looks like his jump is higher than every basketball player's is. A silly joke is now backfiring on a little boy. It all started when 5-year-old Leo Schneider was plucked from the stands at the Cincinnati Reds ballpark. As D. Gordon, a second baseman for the Miami Marlins, squats down to talk to the boy, Leo fires off a quick kick to the shin. People immediately reacted all over social media, not realizing it was a setup. Every Dubs fan knows Robin Schreiber by now. She's better known as the dancing fan in her trademark sweater. Well, she's at it again. The retired school teacher revealed some new moves. The world discovered Schreiber in a tweet that went viral. Schreiber says she started dancing after her husband and son dared her to. Her favorite songs are Blurred Lines and Anything Motown. Ryan Baker was one of those fans sprinting for a fly ball during a Chicago White Sox game. The then 15-year-old was sitting in the stands with his mom when a foul ball was hit right into his section. Luckily, Ryan was just one of 3 people nearby who immediately dove for the ball. Because he was closest, Ryan was the one to reach it first. For most people who are old enough, Game 6 of the 1986 World Series was remembered as an error by Bill Buckner that helped the Mets win in dramatic fashion. Sergio orchestrated the scheme with the assistance of a pilot friend who dumped him into Queens that evening to the delight of most of the fans in the ballpark. He deftly steered his parachute onto the infield grass, a Go Mets sign attached to the ropes. A fan with front row end zone seats at an arena football game in Jacksonville grabbed the visiting team's kick returner to prevent him from running the ball out of the end zone. The fan interfered with the play and even grabbed at Johnson's face mask, which could have caused an injury. One Bayern Munich fan has gone viral after being snapped taking a phone call during the game away to Bayer Leverkusen with a shoe. Instead of focusing on Bayern's 3-1 victory over their Bundesliga rivals, Twitter was far more interested in the supporters' bonkers antics. The fan wearing glasses and a red and white scarf is seen making a bizarre call in the stands behind him. The Tampa Bay Lightning astronaut is back for Game 3 against the Canadiens. The astronaut danced directly in front of the Montreal goaltender Carey Price. Even though Price seemed pretty blasé about the whole situation, the visual is fantastic. Maybe the astronaut is a good luck charm. The Lightning scored at the buzzer to win 2-1. This guy hilariously fails the dunk. The dude stayed in dunk form even as he was hitting the mat. He looked so happy when he failed as he just lay there. The man should be the next Space Jam. You may think of it as one failed moment in sports, but this funny fan made it one of the funniest moments in sports. As a fan in the stands at Nationals Park struggled for an indeterminate period in putting on a cheap plastic poncho as it poured down rain. TV cameras caught much of the action in the bottom of the 7th inning of a 5-0 Tampa Bay victory. Gotta love how the first shot is of two guys drinking beers comfortably while wearing the poncho. It isn't too hard for them, so what's this guy's excuse? The key might be to remove your cap first. The other guys, the ones who master their ponchos, aren't wearing caps. If the visiting Persepolis FC players felt like they got an icy reception in their recent Asian Champions League match, well, it's because they did. Al Hilal Stadium was filled with fans who created a Mortal Kombat tifo, half Sub-Zero, half Finish 'em. Al Hilal did as the crowd implored them to during the second leg of the knockout stage. It won 3-0 and effectively performed a fatality on Persepolis' Champions League bid. That's so cold, yet so good. Manny Ramirez catches, high-fives, and turns a double play to end the inning for the Red Sox. Check out one of the best Manny being Manny moments ever. When the Los Angeles Kings and the Canucks meet in the first round 2 years ago, Green Men busted out their best with a reverse handstand. The Green Men never shy away from poking fun at the opposing team or players. Adult fans tried to steal signed Steph Curry shoes from Kid. That is truly heartbreaking. Comment what you would have done if the same incident happened to you. You know any cases like this? The Florida Gators mascot shielded a kid from a foul ball like a hero. And after this good deed was over, the kid was clearly up for a role in his administered fake CPR too. Thank you, Albert and Kid. They have made this game a comedy football. This is not any funny sports moment, but rather a serious one. Wild scenes at the French Riviera as Nice fans start brawl after throwing bottle at Marseille Dimitri Payet. Finally, the match got suspended. These people should be banned from stadiums. Suddenly, the mob got crazy and this unwanted situation happened. He has 18 million views and counting. That is how many people have watched 10-year-old Sammy DiDonato's video from the College World Series. The kid is Sammy DiDonato from Omaha. The 10-year-old was shocked when his mom got him seats right behind Coastal Carolina's dugout, and there was a camera right there. This is the moment an enraged football fan smashes his TV and snaps his laptop in half after his wife plays a trick on him during a Euro 2016 match. The man, who has identified as Iset Salti, tuned in to watch his country Turkey play Croatia in their first game of the competition being held in France. The fact is, later on, he shouts at her to leave the room before returning to focus on the game, prompting her to get up and plan some sweet revenge. A child at a game between the Atlanta Hawks and the Washington Wizards gave a reaction, and the moment was captured by television cameras. The kid was later identified as the younger brother of Atlanta Hawks Al Horford. It was a stolen glance practiced by a young man inexperienced in such matters. In American sports, commentators often say that nothing beats serenading a great audience, except maybe scoring the game-winning goal. But during a recent game, when a beautiful girl appeared on the big screen after a goal, the commentator forgot all about the game and started singing to her instead. The commentator's impromptu serenade for the girl added a lighthearted moment to the game and left the audience smiling. As a Croatian soccer team prepares to face Japan in the World Cup round of 16 in Qatar, all eyes will be once again on Ivana Knoll, the team's most famous fan. Knoll, a former Miss Croatia and pole dancer with over 1.1 million Instagram followers, is known for her eye-catching outfits. Despite warnings from Qatar's tourism authority to respect local culture, Knoll has said she's not afraid to wear revealing clothing and could even be arrested for it. Even locals dressed in traditional Muslim clothing couldn't resist looking at her and taking pictures despite their cultural norms. Regardless, she remains a superfan who has attended multiple World Cups. 17-time Grand Slam holder Novak Djokovic creates a whimsical moment every once in a while. The Serbian machine likes to have some fun during matches. He's also earned the tag Joker over the years due to his antics, and it's nice to see a player who can handle the seriousness of a match along with a lighthearted moment. Not long ago, a video of the Serbian ace surfaced in which he got a kiss on the cheek from a girl sitting in the stands. It begins with world #1 player handling his used sweaty t-shirt to one of the spectators. The ultimate fact is this is one of the moment's sports for this lady. Did you like all these funny fan moments? Which one made you laugh out loud? Let us know in the comment below. Like always, if you enjoyed it, be sure to give us a big thumbs up and leave us some love in the comment section. To keep up to date with all of our awesome videos, be sure to hit subscribe and turn your notifications on to never miss a thing. Until next time, do take care of yourself.